Welcome back to another episode of Boys on the Bench. I'm going to talk to you about my six leg parlay here I got for coming into this Sunday. Sadly, it is the last week of the regular NFL season as we look to move in towards the playoffs next week. We're going to try to finish out the season with a heater. We got some good bets here. Trying to finish the season off on a good note and hopefully start moving into next year and into the playoffs with a hot streak. If you follow us on our Discord, you'll be able to see that I have been on a heater lately. We're going to try to keep that moving here and try to keep that rolling and try to keep that money coming into my bank account. First guy we're going to start off with here is I got Baker Mayfield. He's playing Carolina. This game here, if they win their division and they lock up and they lock up their spot in the playoffs. I'm going to go for over 199.5 passing yards, 199.5 passing yards. I'm going to take the over on that. Baker's been doing a lot better than what people anticipated there in Tampa Bay. There's a lot of rumors going around about him possibly signing an extension with Tampa Bay. Um, It'll be exciting to see. Good, he's in a spot where he feels comfortable, feel like he can turn his career around. But again, I'm taking this over because they're playing a Carolina team who is a very very bad football team. We know that they are the worst NFL football team this year, and I believe Baker will light it up against them, and I believe he'll have a pretty good game. And also, they're going to come in swinging and just give it their best, and try to clinch that division that they have there. The next person I'm going to roll with Josh Allen. Josh Allen over 199.5 against the Miami Dolphins. To me, this is an absolute steal. The last time that Josh Allen played the Dolphins this year, he threw for 320 yards and 4 touchdowns. So you're telling me that in this game, where this game that means a lot, it can define the Dolphins getting the 2 seed and the Bills being completely out of the playoffs, or the Bills winning and getting the 2 seed and knocking the Dolphins out of 2 seed. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the over on this because I think Josh Allen is going to show up. He's going to give his best. They're going to sling the rock. Um, they've already scorched the Miami defense once this year with the passing game, so I look forward for them to do that again. And I'm going to take the over here, and we'll see how this game plays out. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Bills win. Moving on to the next pick, we're going to go to T.J. Watt with 0.75 sacks, and I have this on here. I know it's a Saturday game, but I put it on here because it is to me, I feel like it's a no-brainer. It's a steal because they are playing the Ravens, and a lot of the Ravens are sitting their players, and just because they've already clinched the 1 seed. So I feel like if you're trying to, get a for sure pick in there, something that's gonna kind of help you get some money in there, I like the T.J. Watt 0.75 sacks here, just because of we don't know if the Ravens are playing their full offensive line, and if they are, we don't know how long they're going to be in because they did clinch. They have already clinched a 1 seed in the AFC, and they're going to try to keep their players healthy moving into the playoffs and to be able to try to compete for the Super Bowl. The next player I got was George Pickens. It's another Saturday game, but like I said, they're also playing for a spot in the playoffs. They need a little help there with some other things to happen on these Week 18 matchups, but I'm taking the over on George Pickens for 39.5 receiving yards. Him and Mason Rudolph have a really good connection the past couple of games. The Steelers are going to come out swinging. They're going to give their best to the Ravens, and because they need this win. And also, the Ravens aren't playing their starters. Again, the guys, their biggest players, their biggest DBs didn't practice Friday, and you're going to tell me that George Pickens is not going to get 39 and a half receiving yards against some backup corners and safeties and some cover nickels. So really like this bet, especially against a secondary that's playing their second string. So it's an easy bet. The next bet I'm going to go with is Aaron Jones for 15.5 receiving yards against the Chicago Bears. I like this bet because the very first game of the season to kick off the NFL season, Aaron Jones really, really was the sole reason that the Green Bay Packers beat the Chicago Bears. He had a phenomenal game. He scored over 20, I believe 20 to 21 points, and he left in the if I remember correctly, he left in the third quarter with a pulled hamstring. So really look for Green Bay to kind of run their offense this week through Aaron Jones, since he gave the Bears big fits at week 1. He seems to be healthy. He's, they're ready to to kind of get back on track, kind of keep their hot streak going and getting ready for their run in the playoffs. And Jordan Love has turned things around. There was a lot of question marks about that, but Aaron Jones for 15.5 receiving yards against the Chicago defense, I feel like is a good bet, no brainer. And then the last bet we're going to roll with is Rashad White for point 0.5 rush plus receiving touchdown. That means he's going to get a rushing, or he can have a rushing and or a receiving touchdown. They are playing the Carolina Panthers. We have already talked about early in the episode about Baker Mayfield being able to light up Carolina. It's just because they're a bad defense. I really like Rashad White to get a touchdown this week. I don't really care how he gets it. I just think that he's going to get it against a bad Carolina defense. And I think that's an easy bet for me to put in because of how bad that defense is. But like I said, this is my 6-leg parlay. We'll go over it one more time. I got Baker Mayfield going over 199.5. Josh Allen over 199.5 passing yards. TJ Watt over 0.75 sacks. George Pickens over 39.5 receiving yards. Aaron Jones over 15.5 receiving yards. And I have Rashad White basically an anytime touchdown. So that's what I'm going to roll with going into Sunday. And I'm hoping that I can keep my hot streak alive going into the playoffs. And hopefully that we can end this NFL season on a good note. So that's all I have for y'all. If you ever want to just come in and see, some other bets that we throw in and all that, you can go into our Discord, see what we're actively posting in there. Also want to give a quick shout out to Daily Grind Fantasy. If you are not using them for sports betting, you are behind. They have plus EV betting, and if you're not using them, you're basically letting the books control you. So go ahead and give them a look. The link is down below, and go ahead and make that changeover. So that way you can start getting some more money and getting more wins and feeling good about your sports betting. Thank y'all, and it was a pleasure riding the pound with y'all. And y'all take care.